Hello guys, quick video here just looking at a couple of ideas around implementation of our phone pockets, our calculator pockets here. Exec have purchased one for each classroom, so they will be up in each classroom, and the expectation around it is that I guess that it will be used in classrooms. With things like this, we need to actively plan how we're going to implement these. Okay, we can't put these up in rooms and tell students they all have to put their phones in there and expect them to comply straight away. All right, so a couple of strategies just around using these might make the transition into having these in the room and something that's actually used a little more smooth. Okay, first thing I'm going to have a look at, and this is probably decided by exec, but I think it's something that we should all think about as well, and that's the placement around the room. If we have our phone holders, I think near a part of the room where there's high traffic, going past, so students in and out of classroom, whatever it may be, they're not going to feel as though that their phone's going to be very safe there. So obviously somewhere where students aren't passing by, possibly around the teacher's desk area, would be more suitable for that. We all know that these phones, that's their life. Their life is on that phone. They're attached to it. And if they don't feel safe in where their phone is, they're probably not going to be too happy to sort of put it there. So a little bit of thought around that, but that would be probably the ideal spot in the room there. Now we want to talk about why we're using these. Okay, there's plenty of ways that we can successfully have phones being part of our classroom, and it's all around, and the conversation I've had with my students in the past with great success, regardless of whether they're year 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12, is the fact that the phones are theirs. It's their phone. It's not something that I want to take from them. But in saying that, for that to happen, they need to be making choices around how they use it, because every student has a choice how they use their phone, and then it's up to them whether they choose to use it appropriately or inappropriately. The reason for that is that I don't want to have that situation where we have a confrontation in class with a student. When it comes to their phone, I said before, their phone is their life, and if it's being asked for and they don't want to hand it in, then it can turn into quite a situation. It can really blow up from there. So my chat is centred all around that. So this is not a conversation I want to have with you guys. I don't want to have that confrontational situation. So it's just easier if you guys leave it in your pocket and leave it on silent or turned off. And it's on our school-wide expectations here as well. So there's straight away one way that we can be proactive in referring to our classroom expectations, rather than waiting for the incident to happen where they use their phone incorrectly and then being reactive with referring to something like this. So being proactive is always good. Second thing I sort of make clear to them is that having their phone on them when they're at school, okay, it's a privilege to have it on them in class and access it, when they need. Okay, when I mean when they need, I mean in terms of their curriculum. So it's not a right. It is a privilege to have it on them in the classroom. It's not a privilege that we want to take away from them. So if they can feel us wanting to be those people that we don't want to take the privileges away from them, then they're generally a little bit more compliant with how they use their phone. Overall, I guess the main thing here is to implement this so that we don't have those management conversations around how they're using it, okay, and we can maximise those learning conversations. As I said already, excellent opportunity to refer to this, and if need be, we've got these up in the rooms as well, which you can refer to in terms of possible behaviours and the consequences or actions that might come of it. So we do need to be supportive, but at the same time, they need to be aware that we know what these devices can do. Particularly with Apple devices with the microphone on them, they don't have to have their phone out of their pocket to make a phone call or send a text message. So in terms of just having these things used appropriately, it's got massive benefits, but also talking to students about the reasons why, hopefully a couple of those reasons that I've shared today, and possibly the reasons why for using these are going to be beneficial for you guys.